So, if you woke up tomorrow and realized it was literally the last day on Earth, what would you do? Most of us have a specific survival loop already in mind. We imagine heading for the trees, gathering wood and stone, and building a defensive base before the first night falls. We think in terms of tactical advantages, dodging enemy strikes with precise movement, or stockpiling enough military gear to clear out high-threat zones and bunkers. Pop culture has framed the apocalypse as a localized physical threat. This focus on barricades and firearms obscures the scale of the actual risks we face. Peer-reviewed research finds no evidence for the zombie outbreaks or raider-heavy scenarios common in gaming. The scientific data points toward two different timelines: a short-term risk driven by our own technology, or a much longer cosmic progression that we cannot influence. Preparing for a physical confrontation misses the nature of these threats. You simply cannot board up a window to stop a rapidly changing climate or an expanding dying star. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists uses the doomsday clock to measure how close we are to self-destruction. Since January 2023, the clock has stood at 90 seconds to midnight, the closest point to a global catastrophe in its 75-year history. This setting reflects immediate drivers. Geopolitical tensions have increased the likelihood of nuclear warfare, while the failure of world leaders to address climate change issues continues to destabilize the planet. A distinct variable has recently accelerated this risk: the unmanaged advancement of artificial intelligence, now listed alongside nuclear weapons as a primary threat to humanity. The evidence suggests that our own industrial and technological systems currently present a greater existential risk than any external predator. Beyond these immediate human risks, researchers are looking at longer-term planetary shifts. While an asteroid impact remains a recognized risk, a NASA-led study focuses on a more certain chemical end to life on Earth. As solar luminosity and global temperatures rise, the Earth's carbon cycle begins to fail, disrupting the balance of the atmosphere. When the cycle stops, photosynthesis can no longer maintain oxygen levels. The remaining oxygen is eventually used up, causing aerobic organisms to die off. In this methane-rich environment, only anaerobic bacteria and microbes, organisms that do not require oxygen, would be capable of surviving. This transformation happens over eons. It is a slow planetary shift from a breathable world to a suffocated one. In roughly 5 billion years, we reach the ultimate cosmic inevitability, the death of our star. As the sun exhausts its hydrogen fuel, it will swell into a red giant. This orbital map shows the expanding radius growing to engulf the inner planets. Mercury and Venus are destroyed as the star's outer layers expand beyond their orbits. Research from KU Leuven suggests Earth might drift outward just quickly enough to avoid being swallowed. As the sun sheds mass, its gravitational grip weakens, potentially allowing our planet to move into a wider orbit. Survival as a rock does not mean survival for life. The proximity of the red giant will heat the planet until the oceans boil away, rendering the surface uninhabitable. Whether the planet is engulfed or remains as a sterilized shell, the result for biological life is the same. These planetary and cosmic realities differ significantly from the forgiving mechanics we see in games. There is no auto-clear for a collapsing ecosystem, and no ad-supported revive if we fail to manage our own technology. We are faced with two paths: the rapid risks of nuclear war and AI, or the slow progression of solar evolution. Hoarding melee weapons or building bunkers provides no defense against systemic, planet-wide biological and astrophysical shifts. The eventual death of the sun is beyond our influence, but the risks we create today are not. Our most effective survival strategy is addressing the immediate, human-caused crises that are currently within our power to solve.